feel something from within the creature.
Oh, lordy lordy. Haha!
Is this the combined power of all those shades?
Can't hit me over here, can ya?
A barrage of magic to stop
Oh, maybe it
us.
can. Maybe it can.
The
Maybe it
first
can.
to
Oh!
waver is the first to die.
Ow. Okay, yeah, it's doing way more damage than it did before. Understood.
I sense magic coming from the center of that eye.
Oh, nope, can't do that. Alright, 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 alright. Give me Dark Gluttony. Yeah, no, Dark Gluttony should be fine here.
Wait! I think those are actual people!
Hold nothing back. Those are shades.
Oh, yep, can't absorb these ones, though.
The surrounding tentacles appear to deflect magic.
Ow! Oh, I forgot I can actually, yeah, get up here and hit it. I do like that we get a bunch of iframes on the greatsword attacks. That is really nice. Also, definitely going with Dark Wall. Boop! Excellent. Ah. Oh, Lord.
Such speed.
Excuse you, gentlemen. Don't mind me. Don't have time for you in your games. There we are. Just get some chip damage in on it, you know? I wonder if we could be Dark Lancing it here, actually. Maybe. Well, looks like we might be able to hit it, as long as we can get an opening where the tentacles aren't in front of it. Come on, give me an opening. It's probably not worth the very minimal damage output.
Defeating the smaller enemies has no effect on the leader.
Sure, but we need to get them off of us, Vice. And also, they do give us magic. Nah, damn it. Come on. Open up! Here comes the airplane! Blah! Well, not exactly a lot of damage, but... Oh, caught that guy in the backswing. I don't actually know if that's better than using Dark Blast, honestly. We don't really have a better course of action right now. We just need to get it to go to the next phase. We got it down to half, so we did some damage. It's just hard to quantify sometimes. I don't think we could be hitting it with Dark Hand from out here either. That wouldn't have the range. There we go.
Magic on the beast's center.
Like he says, your magic, as if it's not coming from him. That's an interesting little note. Oh, we don't have any magic left. Uh-oh. Dark Blast? Okay. Progress, but it did heal, which is unfortunate. It did heal, though, which is interesting. Huh, I wonder if... I think we screwed that up, actually. That's a little annoying. Alright, well, how about this? I'll get to the point where we're actually, you know, making some sort of forward progress against this thing, 'cause this is taking a minute. And then I'll cut to that in the video, so see you guys in a minute.
Now, focus your magic on the beast's center.
Yeah, that is actually just a fail state if you don't break it. I guess not a fail state per se, but yeah, it makes you go through that whole step again. Holy. Emil dropping in there was really cool. That was a very slick maneuver on his part, I gotta say.
Look out! Something's coming!
Woo!
Its weak point is located around the back. Try attacking it from above.
I'll try to pin it down!
Emil!
Emil!
I'll keep it busy! You should be able to attack from behind!
Working on it.
Go around and get it!
Working on it, buddy.
Please, hurry!
Working on it, buddy.
Emil can handle this. We must circle behind the creature at once. You must strike it in the eye.
Understood. Come on, give me a wall, give me a wall. Yeah, you don't like this, do you, buddy? Honestly, just trying to get a better shot at it so our bullets aren't being interrupted by its bullets.
Are you there yet?
We're working on it, bud. Oh boy. Gotta get the wall up, gotta get the wall up, gotta get the wall up. There we go. It's not nearly as easy to damage as it was the first time around, Emil, so I'm working on it, Chief. Like, we're hurting it, but this is arduous. Do we... Okay, hold on. Did I take the damage boost off of Dark Blast? Oh, we didn't have plus 30% magic power. Okay, I thought we did. That's my bad. Well, that's going to be a nice boost. And in fact, we can actually do magic drop as well. Oh, come on. Now's not the time for the wall to run out. So if we can connect, we'll do something here.
I can't do this for much longer.
Listen, man, I'm hitting it with everything I got, but there we
It is
go.
escaping to the inner level.
I'm coming. Gotta catch my breath.
You don't have breath.
Careful, Emil. Won't help anyone if we lose you here. God damn it! We beat the hell out of that thing. How can it still move?
Its combined powers are beyond even my greatest suspicion.
Really, we just kind of aggravated it a little bit. We weren't doing that much damage to your team. Okay. Whoa, lordy. Oh, I forgot that zaps them, too. Excellent. You know what? Let's not walk towards the beam. That would be great. Get out of my way. Yes! Come in where I can actually hit you with damage, please.
Unless we slay the beast, all hope is lost.
Yes, we know. We're working on it, man. Get away from me. Let me hit your boss. There we go.
Help me take it out!
You got it, buddy. From whence? There we go. Alright. Gotta go for round 2. I feel like this boss was not intended to be extra aggravating, but I feel like somehow it has gotten far more aggravating and boring to fight than it was the first time around. Like, this was an awesome moment in the first one. Like, the first time, but man, this is just kind of arduous.
Come on! Help me take it out!
We're working on it, Emil. Come on, man. And there you go. That's how you deal with that problem. Transition to sleep mode is proceeding smoothly. All that remains to pray for Project Gestalt ultimate success. May God have mercy on us all. Okay, I think that's the first time I got through one of those. Transition to sleep mode, huh?
Emil. Emil, wait.
Emil!
He's gone. His instincts have taken hold. The ultimate weapon is being deployed.
Ah, fuck. This ain't good, sunshine.
And there you go. I'm glad that even in those cutscenes, we have the opportunity for little extra bits of dialogue from Tyron. And a little bit of extra exposition here. Uncontrollable magic. I have to protect the people I love. That was my only thought as I unleashed a magic powerful enough to destroy not only the Shade, but everyone else as well. All of them. So many innocent lives. Destroy, eviscerate, crush, kill. These are the dark impulses that override all other thoughts. As a being that was created to be a magical weapon, these are my instincts. Or maybe it's better to call them our instincts. Oh, and we have dialogue from Emil as well. Okay. All right, I guess I'm breaking this episode up into two, because this is obviously going to keep going here. Oh, I love getting this backstory stuff. This is what's making this extra playthrough worth it. A klaxon sounds from deep within the bowels of the laboratory. Thick metal shutters drop down, sealing off the room with a series of dull metal thuds. Abort the experiment! Number 6 is out of control! Everyone get out of here now! Get out of here! The researcher's words are abruptly cut off as a massive hand materializes out of the gloom and lifts him high into the air. The researcher begins to scream. He screams and screams, the sound echoing off the walls of the laboratory until the hand squeezes down, coating the room in a deep crimson hue. The rest of his colleagues stand in silence, mouths open, unable to process what they have just seen. Then a female scientist takes a step back and lets fly with a heartbreaking wail. But this is a terrible mistake, for the sound of her cry suddenly brings forth a monster in all of its terrible glory. Its body is a bloated corpse, its head a grinning skull, and it is massive, many times the size of a human. The head lolls from side to side as it tromps about the room on all fours, bringing to mind the wild maneuverings of some wretched, starving beast. This creature, this thing, is experimental weapon number 6, also known as Halua. No! Oh no! Please, stop! Oh God, save me! Save me! I don't want to die! One by one, the maddened cries of the researchers are silenced. If number 6 understands their petitions, it pays them no heed, instead continuing its rampage of destruction and slaughter with a focus that borders on obsession. After an eternity, the screaming stops. The alarms fall silent. And only then does the creature make a sound, howling out with an unfathomable roar that echoes up and down the empty halls of the blood-soaked laboratory. It's a sound that curses those who had dared bring such evil into the world, and yet one that also seems to be pleading for help. Okay. Interesting. I guess that was Emil's dream. Oh, there's more dream. Oh, and this music too. This music is so good. The music from the mansion. Oh. 2 sets of footsteps echo in an otherwise silent corridor in the first level of the laboratory. I know, like, it's... in this... I would normally say laboratory, but just this setting, laboratory, just feels better to say, you know? One set belongs to a young boy, his eyes blindfolded and his hands restrained. The other belongs to a severe man in a long, white coat. The man drags the boy along by means of a long chain attached to a set of shackles on his wrists. Rubble is scattered here and there across the floor of the corridor, making the journey an exceedingly difficult one for a boy who cannot see. Excuse me. Could you please walk a bit slower, sir? I'm not used to being blindfolded, and... Rather than stopping, the man only increases his pace, causing the boy to stumble in an attempt to keep up. This last humiliation proves too much, and the boy finds himself unable to arrest his fall. Without the ability to brace himself, he topples to the floor, smashing his head on a pile of debris and causing a trickle of blood to worm its way down his pale, frightened face. Agonized by the pain, the boy inadvertently opens his eyes, causing the falling drops of blood to emit a strange crackling sound before transforming into tiny white rocks. "Close your damn eyes!" roars the man. Yes, sir," stammers the boy as he slams his lids shut. He hadn't realized the blindfold had slipped off during the fall, but now he keeps his eyes squeezed shut so tightly that sparkles appear against the black of his vision. The boy is Emil, also known as Number 7. He is a magical weapon whose eyes are capable of turning to stone anything that falls under their gaze. "Don't look at me!" barks the man. "Never look at me!" "I'm sorry, sir. I'm looking at the ground now, so if you just hand me the blind..." Instead of waiting for him to finish, the man extends one foot and presses Emil's face to the floor with a heavy black boot. "Sir, stop! You're hurting me!" "I told you to keep your eyes and your mouth shut, so do it!" The man knows this boy, this weapon, could wipe him out with a single glance, and yet subduing him in this way gives him a sense of relief. After making certain the boy is sufficiently cowed, the man leans down, retrieves the blindfold, and knots it tightly around the boy's quivering head. "Right then. On your feet. Let's move." Emil staggers to his feet, trying to ignore the red liquid oozing down his face. The blood doesn't matter. The pain doesn't matter. All that matters is finishing the job they had set out for him to do. The second level of the laboratory is in even worse shape than the first. The environs are littered with rubble and rock, making the thought of a decent foothold laughable. When the man's eyes linger on a section of rubble stained a deep red, he has a sudden image of warm, gooey brownies slathered in a strawberry sauce? What? His stomach lurches at the thought, but when he attempts to avert his eyes, they land on the remains of a human being rendered into what could only be described as paste. The man blinks. His mind goes strangely blank before attempting to determine exactly how many humans had to be sacrificed to create the scattered piles of flesh around him. After a moment, his thoughts simply cease altogether, as if his mind realizes that trying to put such a thing into form is folly. You can go the rest of the way on your own," says the man in a voice much weaker than he wishes it to be. "I mean, what does it matter? You're not even human. You're a monster." With this, the man spins around and dashes back down the hall. A helpless Emil simply listens as the footsteps of his erstwhile captor fade into the distance. Emil finds himself alone in a room with the stench of death and blood. For a moment, he considers opening his eyes, but the thought of the horrors that await him quickly squash this plan. Instead, he stands still and listens intently. Eventually, a far-off sound reaches his ears. "That's the howl I heard before." Emil resumes walking, using the sound of the distant voice to guide him, almost as if it was calling him home. By the time Emil reaches the third level, he is moving on memory as much as sound. His hands and face are covered in fresh wounds from numerous falls, but every time he thinks about giving up, his mind returns to his sister. We studied together. We ate cookies together. We cried together. We laughed together. And sometimes I was the only one who got yelled at. Whoa! Was that supposed to happen? Well, if that wasn't supposed to happen, if one of you guys can either freeze frame or if you have a transcript of the dialogue that you could post in the comments for myself and everyone else, that would be lovely. Huh. Well, finally, Emil finds himself drawing close to a certain experimental chamber in the deepest part of the laboratory. The howl is very close now, and as he touches the switch that controls the door, he thinks about his mission. Number 6 is the ultimate weapon. She is his sister, and he must turn her to stone. The door slowly opens, revealing the massive interior of the experimentation chamber. After a few steps, Emil removes his blindfold and slowly opens his eyes. His sister lurks before him, but she looks nothing like the girl he once knew. Instead, he sees a savage beast crawling on all fours through the shredded remains of researchers. As the thing that had been his sister stops and tilts its head in Emil's direction, he focuses his gaze on it. A series of soft crunching sounds emerge from the creature as his magic does its terrible work. First the fingers, then the hands, arms, legs, head. What little color the beast once possessed fades to a dull, ashen gray. And yet somehow it summons what strength remains and pulls itself towards Emil one slow, lumbering effort at a time. Wailing, the massive monstrosity closes in. Is she worried about me? Or is she coming to kill me? Emil feels prepared to accept either outcome. After all, this was his older sister, the person he loved more than anyone else in the world. Halua, The moment Emil speaks, number 6 comes to a sudden halt. Silence descends on the chamber as the siblings stare at each other. I'm sorry, Halua, but everyone says you're too powerful. They say it's too dangerous unless I seal you away. I'm so sorry. As Emil watches her body begin to turn to stone once more, number 6 simply waits in utter, perfect silence. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry! Oh man, alright, cool. I was not expecting there to be all this dialogue. I'm really, really pleased. The moment number 6's petrification is complete, her memories flood into Emil's mind. The two of them huddling together in the cold. All alone in the world, with no one to protect them. All she wanted was to save her little brother. And yet it was that little brother who, in a sense, saved her. The moment the petrification is complete, Emil sinks to his knees. A frozen sister, and a little brother racked with sin. Alone in this cold cage, the two of them weep in a single, silent voice. How did she get pinned to the wall, though? Like, she was nailed to the wall and, like, covered in chains. What happened with that? Is that just, like, a kind of story and gameplay segregation type deal? Because that was a very different image than what I imagine happening there, based on what was described. It was our combined power that destroyed the Aerie. Whole existences, entire lives, even their memories. We took it all. We took everything. My sweet, gentle sister turned into a monster. And the same thing will happen to me now that I have her power. If my instincts as a weapon win out and destroy me in the process, if that power ends up hurting someone I love, I Man, Emil and Kaine really are, like, birds of a feather, huh?
What have I done? I killed innocent people. I killed them all.
But you saved us. If it wasn't for you, we'd all be dead. We owe you.
But I...
It's all right. Really? Don't look back.
I really like that moment for NieR, for the protagonist as well. Because it gives him the chance to kind of take things that he's learning and experiencing based on his journey and help Emil, despite the fact that, you know, NieR, even with Vice, is nowhere near as powerful as Emil is, you know? It's a cool moment for that, and it's, I mean, getting that extra little bit of insight into things that we kind of knew about, but seeing them from Emil's perspective, that was cool. That was cool. Same thing as with Kaine's stories, even though Kaine's stories were much more involved, but we also knew way less about her.
We had best be off.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I wasn't expecting that to wind up being quite as involved as it was, and it'll be trimmed down a little bit for the boss fight, but yeah, I think that's going to be 2 episodes that I'm going to call here. So, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I do very much appreciate it. Again, if you know what was said in those few screens of dialogue that got skipped there, or if there's like a transcript online or something, toss them in the comments for us, and then I'll pin it. That way people who are curious as to what it says can see it right there. And that way we can all kind of know what happened, because I don't know what caused that. So, again, maybe it was supposed to happen that way. Maybe that was just a glitch or a bug or something. Maybe my controller freaked out. I have no idea. But if you guys could help me out with that, I'd very much appreciate that. So, with that said, though, I do hope you all have a good night. Stay safe and healthy out there. And remember, be good to each other. Bye now.